Hi everyone, this is Matthew Moniz with Mobile Syrup, and WWDC 2016 was jam-packed with updates across the board, specifically in 4 areas. The main areas were tvOS, macOS, watchOS, and iOS. Now, a lot of people were hoping for a MacBook Air or MacBook Pro refresh, but there was actually no hardware announcements at all. So let's start with the first platform, watchOS version 3. Apple Watch may be the best-selling watch, but it's plagued with slowdowns and poor performance. Well, not anymore. Apple has announced instant launch, and as the name implies, it loads an app as soon as you tap on it. Apple has optimized the software to keep the most used apps updated in the background. There's also a new docking feature allowing you to multitask on the Apple Watch, similar to the way you do on an iPhone. New watch faces are also making an appearance, including Minnie Mouse and an activity tracking watch face that displays your exercise tracking data on screen at all times. Now, to add icing on the cake, you can now share your activity with your friends and monitor each other's progress. This is a good way to hold yourself and your friends accountable. The way you communicate is also being improved. watchOS 3 is coming with stickers, handwriting, and invisible ink, which reveals a message after the receiver swipes over it. Now, the one thing a lot of people were hoping for was that Apple would open up watch faces to developers, but that doesn't look like it's coming anytime soon. The watchOS update will be available this fall, but the developer preview is available to download right now. Now, the next platform that was talked about was tvOS, and in my opinion, it probably had the least exciting announcements. But a more powerful Siri is coming to Apple TV with the expanded capabilities like searching across even more apps, including YouTube. There's also now a live tune-in feature where you can tell Siri to take you to a live game or TV show. Apple is also releasing a remote app for iOS, which will be redesigned to match the Siri remote from the 4th generation Apple TV. Now, the one request by iPhone users to have a dark mode or dark theme on their iPhones. Well, that never came to the iPhone, but it did come to tvOS. The dark mode is meant to match a home theater environment or darker rooms. The third platform is macOS Sierra, which was formerly OS X 10.12. That's right, Apple has decided to change the naming scheme of OS X to something more simple. One of the cool features is the ability to auto-unlock your Mac without typing in a password. This can be done using your Apple Watch. It will detect your presence and automatically unlock your computer as soon as you sit down. Apple is really pushing continuity and handoff. If you have a bunch of files on your Mac's desktop, they will be accessible on all of your devices, including your iPhone. Now, don't worry, if you run out of space, Apple is introducing optimized storage, which will make room for new files by keeping old files in the cloud. This includes things such as high-res images, watched movies, old email attachments, and so on. Apple claims that a laptop with only 20 gigabytes of free storage can be increased to 150 gigabytes after the optimization process. Now, if this is true, it's certainly impressive. Apple Pay is also heading to the Mac via Safari, and you can now use your Mac to pay for items. Okay, not like this, but you can use Touch ID on your iPhone to authenticate the transaction. Siri is also coming to the Mac and can be used to search for specific files, play your favorite music, and check the weather. But interestingly, my favorite new feature is Universal Clipboard. I can copy something on one Apple device and paste it on another. And last but not least is iOS 10. Apple decided to showcase the iOS 10 presentation by announcing 10 new features, one of them being a completely redesigned lock screen and notification system, along with improved 3D Touch. Now, I personally don't use 3D Touch except as a trackpad, but the new features such as touch shortcuts that implement widgets will definitely make me want to use it again. There's also now a clear all button on the notification screen, which is great, and Apple Music has had a complete redesign that makes it much cleaner and easier to use. Siri is also getting smarter in iOS 10 as it's now baked into QuickType, providing better predictive text as well as prompts to access certain information like your location or your most recent email address. But the most important announcement about Siri is that Apple has now opened it up to developers. This will give Siri the opportunity to be used in non-Apple apps such as Twitter or even Facebook. Now, of course, there were so many more features and announcements, and I suggest visiting us at mobilesyrup.com to get the full scoop. WWDC was jam-packed with improvements across the board, so we are expecting some exciting new hardware announcements this fall. So I want to know what you guys think of WWDC 2016? Is there anything that got you really excited? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. And as always, don't forget to visit us at mobilesyrup.com.